Happy Mounjaro Monday! Yay! Hey, you guys, it was so weird. I set everything up early. Jeff did the thumbnail for me last night because he knew he was going to be late. He is still not home, and it's after 7 o'clock Arizona time, which I know is a little after 10 o'clock for those of you on the East Coast. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I had everything all set up and I had the title and the description and everything. So that way people would know. I've had that done since 4:30 Arizona time. And I couldn't figure out how in the world to get it to go live. I could write in the chat, but I couldn't click to go live. And I pushed a whole bunch of buttons and now it's working. So yay. If this is your first time catching my live or catching this on replay, my name is Gina and I'm on a Mounjaro journey. I have type 2 diabetes and this is my 24th week of being on Mounjaro. I go live every Monday and I answer any questions you have. You can ask me anything about Mounjaro or Zepbound, and Zepbound's the same thing. And I love all my people who join the chat and watch, who are on Zepbound as well. It's the exact same medication. Zepbound is if you have chronic obesity, your doctor can prescribe Zepbound. If you have type 2 diabetes, then your doctor prescribes Mounjaro, but it's the exact same medication. It's Tirzepatide. And I will answer any questions you have. I am not a doctor, but I am your sister from another mister, and I will answer any questions you have. And I will also answer any questions you might have about menopause, because I'm going through that too. I am 57 for one more month, and then I'll be 58 at the end of July. Oh gosh, what else can I tell you? I've been really enjoying my Mounjaro journey. I'm currently on 5 milligrams, but in another month, I'm going to bump up to 7.5. Some people who take Mounjaro and Zepbound, oh my gosh, the weight just falls off them. And for some of us, it's a little bit slower. And I'm a little bit on the slower side, but I've had a couple of hiccups down the road. I started on January 10th of 2024 with my first Mounjaro 2.5 milligram shot. And since then, I've had 2 surgeries. I had a D&C, which turned out that I had some precancerous cells. And so I ended up having a hysterectomy 6 weeks ago. And I also have a menopause playlist as well as a hysterectomy playlist if you'd like to see what it's like to go through a hysterectomy and recover from that. So a lot of women end up having to have hysterectomies, and it's a little scary if you don't have a big sister from another mister to ask the real questions. And I'm always willing to answer those for you. Now, today, I am going to give myself my 5 milligram shot. I always like to give it live on Mondays, and I'm going to give it to myself in my stomach again. I watch a lot of different YouTubers who do Mounjaro and Zepbound, and one of mine that I watch is Fit Flavor Fun. And there was a video that she did probably about a month ago where she gave herself her shot in her stomach 4 weeks in a row, seeing if maybe that would give her more appetite suppression. And by golly, by her 4th shot, she had so much appetite suppression by giving it to herself in the stomach that I don't know if she's going to give it to herself in the stomach anymore, because it really gave her extreme appetite suppression where she just didn't feel like eating at all. And that is surprising to me because I give myself my shot. I usually rotate. I do it in the arm, then I'll do it in my stomach, then I'll do it in a leg, and then I rotate again. But I've been on 5 milligrams for quite a while. I've did 2.5 milligrams for the first 3 weeks. And then I broke my 4th shot on the 4th week and started 5 milligrams a little bit early. That 4th week since I broke my shot, which I will tell you, you know how you break your shot? If you do not pull off this gray cap first, as the first thing you do, you'll break your shot. And so I do say that every week because I don't want that to happen to anyone, because this medication can be extremely expensive and it's just heartbreaking to break one. So I don't want you to do that. So, but that is how we start. And I'll tell you, when I rotate, some people say it's a big difference for them. Some people say they have more appetite suppression from the arm when they shoot themselves in the arm. Some people in their tummy, and some people in their leg. Well, I've done all three. I haven't noticed any difference. It's always kind of about the same for me, but I've not done it in the stomach for 4 weeks in a row. So this week is my third week that I'm going to give myself my 5 milligram shot in my stomach. And I'll even step back a little bit so you can, well, I go like this so you can see. Let's see, I'm trying to think, which side did I do last time? You know, I haven't done lower. I think I'm going to do a little lower, and I can show you my scars too. Look at my sweet little scars. They're really pretty small from my robotic hysterectomy. It's been healing pretty well. I'm going to kind of go, I think I'm going to go right here underneath my belly button, because I'm sure I didn't do that the first 2 weeks. So underneath. Okay. Take off the gray lid. And today I'm going to share with you a special find that I found that's brand new for sale at Costco that was really delicious and high in protein. And it has a weird, it has a weird sweetener in it. Okay, I think that was the second little bloop. It did give me a little sting that time. Usually it doesn't sting. Wasn't bad though. I mean, just like a teeny bit, but definitely went. Oops, definitely went in. Okay, well, I got that taken care of, and now I want to share you the find that I have. Who here liked eating Fruit Loops as a kid? Me. Now, Fruit Loops is terrible for you. It's full of sugar. Actually, I didn't get Fruit Loops very often. My mom said there was more nutrition in the cardboard of the Fruit Loops cereal box than there was in Fruit Loops. So didn't get Fruit Loops very often. It had to have been on like a big sale or something for her to spoil us with a little Fruit Loops. But she knew it wasn't really that good for us. But this is very tasty. It tastes like Fruit Loops. It looks like Fruit Loops, but it's a high protein cereal, and it's sweetened with monk fruit and allulose. And allulose is really weird. When you go to Costco, they give you samples, and so I had a sample first, and it said that there was 4 net carbs. And I looked at the box and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. They made an error. It would have to, because it only has 1 gram of fiber and 15 carbohydrates. So it would be 14 net carbs. So they forgot to put the 1 there." And she looked and she said, "No, it's the allulose." And it says that on here on the container somewhere about allulose. Oh, here it is. So it says net carbs per serving. There's 15 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fiber. I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. All right. We're going to have a thunderstorm right now. Actually, right now we're in process of having a monsoon. So I'm in the desert, and it's monsoons happen in the summer where it's very, very, very windy. We'll get like a dust storm. A big wall of dust will come. And then if we're lucky, we'll get some rain with it. And I hear thunder out there, and the wind is just blowing stuff around in my yard. So when you hear a lot of rumblings and stuff, that's what's going on right now. But anyway, back to here. So the net carbs, it says has 15 grams of carbs, take away 1 gram of fiber, and take away 10 grams of allulose equals 4 net carbs. And it says the FDA does not consider allulose a total or added sugar for nutritional labeling. So anyway, this allulose doesn't have calories in it. And I don't know how it has carbs, but it doesn't have calories. But that's what they're telling us. But I tell you what, it's delicious. But I also need to tell you that somewhere else on here, it does warn you to not eat too much because there's a possibility, or did she tell me that? The lady who did gave us the samples. I don't see it on the box. Maybe she was the one who told me and said, don't eat too much because if sometimes people will, it might make you have to poop. So you don't want to eat too much. So I do measure out. I'll do a cup and it's 150 calories and I put some Fairlife milk on it. It is so delicious. And the only true side effect I get from taking Mounjaro is a little bit of constipation. But I tell you, it's almost like dragon fruit. That if you have a serving of this, a few hours later, it might make you have to go to the bathroom. So, and I don't know, I've had it 2 days in a row and I've been regular 2 days in a row. It's not given me gastric distress. It's actually made me a little regular, which is not a bad thing. So for me anyway. So anyway, I just wanted to put this out there. It has 1 cup of it has 13 grams of protein, which is awesome, 8 grams of fat, and 15 carbs, but you got your 1 dietary fiber, and then that allulose doesn't have to count, evidently. And it's supposed to not spike your blood sugar. Also, there are some things on the internet about allulose that it's actually, in some ways, could actually be pretty good for you, which is unusual. You don't usually hear that about a sweetener that's not regular sugar, but even regular sugar is not good for you. So anyway, that is my find of the week, the Magic Spoon. Has anyone else tried Magic Spoon cereals? They have other flavors too, but at Costco right now, they just have the Fruit Loops and it's delicious. Oh, and the protein they use is milk protein, which is unusual too. So a lot of times what they use is chickpeas for the protein, but not this. It's milk protein in here. But boy, it is really good, and it looks just like Fruit Loops. Let's see, what else do I need to share with you guys this week? I got cleared for swimming, so I'm really excited about that because for 6 weeks I haven't been able to do as much exercise because I had the hysterectomy. I'm still not supposed to lift more than 10 pounds. And for at least a couple more weeks, I'm still supposed to be kind of gingerly with some things, but I can swim now. So I went swimming Saturday morning. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. It was that's my favorite form of exercise. And it was wonderful to be back in the pool. I highly recommend when you're taking Mounjaro or Zepbound, if you've not taken it yet and you're thinking about it, it's really helpful with taking away food noise and with making you not be so hungry. It's so great as an appetite suppressant. However, you still have to do the work. You can push past it and eat too much. So it's still important to try to eat healthy as well as to get some exercise in. And everybody's a little bit different. If all you can do is sit and be fit class, then you do a sit and be fit class. Just anything that you can do. If you can walk, it's really hot here in Arizona. So what I was doing for exercise when I couldn't swim, and it's just too hot to walk outside right now. I mean, it was 117 degrees on Friday. That's hot. I've been going to Costco for walking and walking up and down the aisles because it's such a big place. And then I can go in the cooler because I get hot flashes now too. So I can go in the cooler and kind of cool off and walk a couple of circles in the cooler where the vegetables are, and then walk up and down the big aisles. And that's actually been helpful. Anything that you can do where you can get some movement in on top of trying to eat healthy while you're on Mounjaro or Zepbound really helps. Okay, I think that is it that I have for major things, but I want to read your questions. If you have a question right now, go ahead and write it down, and I will read it and I will answer it. And hopefully Jeff will come home at some point and he'll burst through that door and he'll have something funny to tell us. But I don't know. He has 3 more days after today, and he is retired, and he's having to do training videos. So he's going to be working late each night this week, but I'm really excited for next week. And next week I'll come on earlier and not quite so late. Let's see here. And JP was the first one on. Hey. Oh, and Jeff was playing around on Canva and found that guy that looked like a talk show host and created that thumbnail for me last night because he knew he was going to be late tonight. And it does look, yeah, and he wanted it to look like a quiz show. And Taz the Bulldog's mom's in the house. Woohoo! And yep. And Taz the Bulldog's mom's name is Sin, like Cindy. So we can call her that, but I just love her calling her Taz the Bulldog's mom. It's kind of fun to call her that. And JP says, cool, I'll try to remember that. I'm in Washington State. I forget where you are, Sin. North Carolina? Taking a guess? No, Taz the Bulldog's mom, she is also suffering in hot Arizona. Though it's lovely in the winter, but right now, whew, it has just been so hot. And let's see. Oh, and Barb's in the house. Yay. And Barb, her tagline is health at any cost. And you guys, she has an amazing website. Go to healthatanycost.com. Barb has lost over 200 pounds in 2 years. Plus, she's had a lot of struggles with her health. Before she lost this 200 pounds, she was using a walker. And now she walks for miles and she swims every day. And she is just amazing. And her story is very inspiring. And she's an awesome writer. So she has a lot of different blog post articles. So if you have a chance, please go to healthatanycost.com and check out her website. And I asked Barb if she'd be willing to be on my show, and she said yes. So at some point here, I'm going to have her on an Anchor Moments show. Once we figure out the best way to do that when Jeff is retired next week, we're going to look into StreamYard is a way that you can bring people in live from another location. We'll play around with that. Worst case scenario, I can tape a Zoom with her and then put that up. But I'm really excited to have Barb on the show. And she'll have a lot of great advice for us, I'm sure. And let's see. Hey, and 656 Boxer's in the house. Woohoo! And 656 Boxer says it's hot in South Carolina too. Oh my gosh. And JP, it's 72 degrees outside. Oh my gosh, with the breeze. How fabulous is that? I do want to go to Washington at some point here too. Maybe end of August. We do have a second YouTube channel called Anchor Moments RV. We'll be taking Anchor Moments on the road once Jeff fully retires, which is next week. I can't believe that's going to be next week already. And then Jeff will just be working for me. Oh, 656 rescues boxers. Oh, how cool is that? And she says, or he, I'm not sure, because 656 boxer, there's not a picture of who, so anyway, But 656 Boxer says, congratulations to Jeff. Countdown is on. It is. And everybody is jealous of JP and that fabulous 72-degree weather. And he said, JP says that he'll be putting red X's or slashes through dates as he goes through June to retirement day. Okay, Jeff does at his office. He's got Post-it notes that he just pulls one off each day. And one of the secretaries there is going to miss Jeff something fierce. And so she hates it when Jeff announces what number he's on, because she's worried about having to work without him. He gives her lots of tech advice on Excel and lots of things. He's always willing to help people. And so they're really sad to see Jeff go. And I do understand, because I'm so excited to have Jeff home. It's going to be so fun to have him help me do more videos, because he really is my tech support. And we have a lot of fun videos. We've actually been doing Anchor Moments for 4 years now, and we have a lot of different playlists. And Jeff, one of my favorite playlists, Jeff doesn't cook much, and he's not very good at it, but he started a series. He woke me up one day and said, Gina, where's your chef's hat? And I told him where my chef's hat was, and he put it on. He has a nasal strip on and glasses, and he cooked something, and he called himself No Chef Jeff. And if No Chef Jeff can do it, anybody can, and started doing some easy recipes. And he's going to be doing more of that, easy, healthy recipes as No Chef Jeff once he retires next week. So that's going to be fun. So there's a lot of new fun stuff that's going to come that will give you a lot of fun recipes that you can do on your weight loss journey, if you're taking medication or not. And I will tell you, Jeff is not taking any medication, and he doesn't need to. He, for years, he was actually almost too skinny. He's just very tall and thin, and he could eat a crazy amount of food and not gain an ounce. I mean, a crazy amount of food. It used to drive me crazy. I used to call him Mr. Crunch and Munch, because it drove me crazy, because I've always gained weight really easily. Always, always, always. And he didn't until he hit his 50s, before it caught up to him. And he gained quite a bit of weight. And you can actually see some of those. We have another playlist on depression. And Jeff did one, four ways to bust depression, or 4 depression hacks. And that's him at his heaviest. And he lost a bunch of weight after that. But he can lose weight just as easily as he can gain weight. All he has to do is not be Mr. Crunch and Munch at night, and get some exercise in, and the weight comes off. So anyway, he'll be doing a lot of this weight loss journey, because he still has some pounds that he'd like to take off, and he'll be doing it with me. But I'll be taking Mounjaro, because I do struggle. I have struggled with obesity for years. And even when I wasn't obese and I was thin, oh my gosh, I used to exercise something fierce to be able to stay thin, and I couldn't eat very much to stay thin. And it didn't last very long. Then I had children, and then all bets were off. But anyway, we'll be doing a lot of things together as a couple as well. So you have a lot of things to look forward to. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, please do. And then be on the lookout, because there's going to be a lot of fun videos in the future. And we'll be going probably to different restaurants and sharing different things that are healthier to eat at a restaurant that are still delicious. Because who wants to eat something yucky and then pay for it? Blah. But really delicious things. Like, we do have one, I have a short on here about a really fabulous salad at Firebirds. They have a tenderloin salad. Oh my gosh, it is so good, and not very many calories, but incredibly delicious. So we'll find lots of different ways, different things for eating out, that are delicious too. We'll have all kinds of fun new things. And we'll be traveling around the country. And if some of you want to be on our show, just let me know, and maybe I'll roll into your town and we'll be able to do it in person, or we'll do it through the internet. And I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to doing that too. All right, let's see. Where were we? Um, let's see. Oh, and Taz, the bulldog's mom, she has done she's rescued a boxer too and loves dogs. And 656 boxer is retired. Let's see, anything else exciting? Oh, Donna's in the house too. Yay! Hi, Donna. And she says happy Monday. And Taz the bulldog's mom said, oh, very nice. We have a side by side and travel in our RV. And Taz the bulldog's mom lives in Arizona, so maybe one weekend this summer we'll be able to see her up north in northern Arizona and go camping close to each other. That'd be kind of fun. And oh shoot, I lost my space. There we go. Logan's in the house and says type 2 diabetes, right? Yes, Logan. I have type 2 diabetes. And Mounjaro is for type 2 diabetes, but I think they're starting to be able to do Zepbound for people who have chronic obesity with type 1 diabetes. It'd be something to talk to your doctor about. One of my neighbors is a retired nurse practitioner. She just retired a year ago, and she was able to get a doctor friend that she works with to prescribe Mounjaro for her off label. And he said it's really not for type 1 diabetics. It's just for type 2 diabetics. But she was in contact with him quite a bit to make sure that it'd be okay. And she said she loved it. Her A1C went down as well. And she lost, I don't know, I think like 40 pounds or something. And then she weaned herself off. She weaned her, she slowly titrated up, and then she titrated back down, and she's off of it. And you know what? She's kept her weight off too, which is really encouraging. So if you do have type 1 diabetes, you definitely need, and you have a hard time with chronic obesity, definitely talk to your doctor and see if they could try it for you. Cassandra says, how does it make you lose weight? Well, what it does, thank you, that's a good question. It's kind of talks to your hormones. What it does is it makes the food in your stomach empty out slower. That's one thing that it does. So you feel fuller longer because your food's in your stomach longer, which also, though, by slowing that down, sometimes it can give you constipation, which is the one side effect that I'm always having to stay on top of. Another thing it does is in your brain, it talks to your, I don't know, somehow it talks to your brain, and it turns off that food noise, and it lets you know in your brain that you're not starving. That is a very simple way of saying it. There's more complex ways of saying it, but like I say, I'm not a doctor, but that is, if anyone else, who's really good about talking about this kind of stuff, Barb, she always, she has a medical background at Health at Any Cost, and maybe she'll be able to write it down for us exactly. But it does two things. There's a GIP protein and GLP-1, and it has both of these peptides that talk to your brain, so you're not having those crazy feelings where you're constantly craving stuff and thinking about food all the time, it's able to turn off that food noise. And then in your stomach, it slows the emptying of your stomach, so you're fuller longer. Um, that's the simple way of telling you about it. JP says, I'm on my second to last 7.5, and then moving back to 5 due to shortage. I know these shortages are so hard. I'll be on 5 through August, but at least I have some instead of going to stop like some have had to do. Yeah. The shortage has been really, really hard. I will say I have 1 box of 5 milligrams left in my fridge, and I just got a prescription to move up to 7.5. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys how much weight I've lost. I'm on 24 weeks, and I'm down an additional 1/4 pound this week. So that's 1 stick of butter. So just a 1/4 pound. But I did lose 1 stick of butter. And so I'm down 22.25 pounds in 24 weeks. And my weight loss has really slowed down, because in the beginning, I was losing more like 1.5 pounds a week. And then last week I didn't lose anything. I maintained. This week 1/4 pound, and I think it was 1/4 pound. I think it's because of the magic spoon, because it did give me a good emptying before I stepped on the scale. So I think the magic spoon really helped me with that last 1/4 pound. And then gosh, it's been really slow. The last 3 months, the first month, 3 months ago, I lost 3 pounds. And then the month after that, I don't think I lost anything. And now I've lost 1/4 pound, something like that. So I was much faster in the beginning before I had my hysterectomy, and I was taken off of exercising other than walking. And I was walking a little slow because I was sore. So it's been kind of a slow go. But in 4 weeks, I will be, well, yeah, 4 weeks from now, I have 1 box of shots of the 5 milligrams, and my doctor moved me up to 7.5. So, and I will tell you, I went to my Costco pharmacy in Arizona here, and they were out of stock for the 7.5. But it only took them a few days, and they got a box for me. So I'll be picking up a box tomorrow morning. So that was pretty exciting. So I will be moving up eventually here. Also, has anyone here tried or on hormone therapy? Guys maybe taking testosterone, or gals doing any kind of hormone therapy with menopause or premenopause. There is a study out, but it was for semaglutide, which is Ozempic, and Wegovy, that that some people that were doing Ozempic and Wegovy, who were also doing hormone replacement therapy, lost more weight. I don't know how big of a study that is, but kind of interesting. And right now, I am having a hot flash. You can see it. My hair is getting like curlier and fuzzier and stuff. It's because I am having a hot flash, and I've been having hot flashes few every day, and I'll have at least 1 night sweat at night. So I am looking into possibly trying hormone replacement therapy. I'm taking some tests first that my doctor wants me to do. My gynecologist wants me to do before we decide if I'm a good candidate for it. But I will let you know if I'm doing both at the same time, if it's making any difference for me. But if anyone's had any experience with that, let me know. And if you don't want to let me know in the chat, you can always email me to gina@anchormoments.com. And but I'm that may be a new thing coming down the pike for me too. My next doctor's visit is on July 9th, and I'm doing a whole bunch of research right now, trying to figure out what I'd like to take. But I'm really looking into it. And there's a doctor on, and she's a urologist, Dr. Kelly Casper or something that starts with a C. Oh my gosh, she's so fun. She's got a fun haircut, and she's very outgoing. And she's been saying that even for women to be able to have a little bit of testosterone, um, not as much as a guy would take, but just a little bit of testosterone can stop your hot flashes and help in a lot of ways, the same that estrogen can. So anyway, I'm looking into all of that, and I'll let you know what I end up deciding with my doctor. But I might want to try some things because I'm so tired of these hot flashes. Oh, and I will say, I had hot flashes for years and night sweats, and I never talked to my doctor about it because I was worried that estrogen would make me gain weight. Because I had a couple of friends who said they had a hysterectomy, they tried estrogen, made them gain weight, so they stopped it. Because, who wants to gain weight? And I certainly don't ever want to gain more weight. I'm already overweight. I need to put more weight on. So I just put up with it and didn't say anything. And then on January 10th, I started Mounjaro. And in February, I didn't have any hot flashes. March, I didn't have any hot flashes. April, I didn't have any hot flashes. I had my hysterectomy on May 10th, and I woke up on May 11th with a hot flash. So I feel that the Mounjaro kind of woke up my ovaries a little bit. And when I did have my hysterectomy, I had everything taken out, the ovaries, as well as my cervix and my uterus. And now I have nothing coming out of those. I don't have ovaries anymore. And my hot flashes are back. And I tell you what, living a few months without them was so lovely that I really would like to not have them anymore. So I'm looking into that. There's also some things, sorry so much about menopause stuff, guys. But you'll have, you may have a wife or a significant other, or maybe your mom's dealing with stuff. So it's always good to kind of know these things, or maybe your other sister. But there's something that's called Vioza, and it's supposed to help with hot flashes, and it's not estrogen. It's not a hormone. And I've got some samples of that I might go that route. I'm supposed to talk to my doctor about. She was the one who gave me the samples, but I'm not going to take anything until I chat with her on July 9th and we get it all figured out of where I'm going to go. All right. Let's see if anyone else has any questions. Val says, I like Magic Spoon peanut butter. Oh, there's a peanut butter version? Oh, my husband loves peanut butter cereals. He would be all over that. JP says, I use allulose maple syrup from Kroger so I can eat protein pancakes sometimes. Oh, that's great, JP. I'll have to look for that too. To be honest, I didn't even know allulose existed until talking to that lady, trying to correct her about the net carbs. And I was wrong, but I learned something. Deb Zifferman says, Gina, Vegas in the house. Woo-woo! Oh, I'm so glad to have you, Deb. And I'm going to Vegas in July to celebrate Jeff. My parents are coming, and they're actually treating us to a trip to Vegas for Jeff's retirement, as a little family retirement party, which would be kind of fun. And my son and his girlfriend are going to go. My daughter can't go, though, because she just had that baby. But anyway, and JP says, Magic Spoon colon blow if it makes you poop. That's true. And it's a rainbow. It's rainbow colon blow. And Barb, Health at Any Cost, says, Amazon carries Magic Spoon. Oh, so I bet Amazon probably has all the flavors. She says, JP, another SNL of the 70s person. I know, that was one of my favorite SNL pretend. See, I keep having brain fog too. advertisement, pretend commercial. That's the word I'm trying to think of. An SNL commercial from the 70s, and it was hilarious about colon blow. Look it up. It's still on YouTube. I saw it recently. JB says, I love old SNL skits, Barb. Some don't hold up too well, but colon blow sure does. Oh my gosh, it does. And Sally17 says, hi, Gina, greetings from Massachusetts. Oh, how cool. I think you're my first person to say they're from Massachusetts. And that's another place I've never been. So maybe one day I'll drive our RV through there and maybe we'll be able to meet you for dinner somewhere. And Robin Lockwood says, I'm here. Yay, Robin's in the house. And she's having some thunderstorms too, possibly in her area. She had mentioned that to me earlier. And Donna says, hi, Sally17. I'm on the Massachusetts Rhode Island line. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that, Donna. Look at you guys all close. Oops. Oh, where am I at? Sorry, I get lost. I went up too fast. There we go. And there's Sally, and then Robin, and Donna, and Taz. Oh, Taz's mom says, can you get a pox 2? Can you get a pox 2? I don't know what you mean by that, a pox. Maybe were you trying to do box and it auto-corrected? I'm not quite sure. Robin says it's humid and stormy here in Minnesota. Yeah. And Taz's mom says, I would love to send you some goodies. Oh, if I had a P.O. box. No, I haven't gotten that P.O. box yet. But you know what? If you email me, I'll send you my address. I'll let you. If you want to give me a goodie box, I would take some goodies. And Barb says, go to Washington between June and September so you don't get drowned in rain. It's gorgeous in the summer. Oh, and I want to go so bad. I want to go so bad. And Taz the Bulldog's mom says, P.O. box, not pox. There you go. And Robin says 80 here, almost 90 today. And that is really hot for Minnesota because of all the humidity. And Donna says, Anchor moments on the road. Yes. Woohoo. Yeah, definitely. And Donna says, just ordered the Magic Spoon Fruity for Walmart delivery tomorrow. Woo woo. It is so good, Donna. But just do one serving. And the first day you do the serving, do it a day that you know you won't be too far from a bathroom, just in case it gives you a little rainbow colon blow. But it is really delicious. And Taz's mom says, yes, we would love it. And Pamela says, I'm sorry if I missed it, but when do you hit the road with your RV? Well, that is a good question. We're trying to figure all that out. We have to space it with Jeff's. My husband has bladder cancer, and he got he got it removed. His second surgery, they were able to get good margins, and they cut out part of his bladder and threw it away with the cancer. But he still has a bladder, but it's a small bladder. And every 3 months, he has to have a cystoscopy, where they put a camera into his bladder and look around. And if they see any cancer, then we have to do some kind of treatment or something. And he had high grade bladder cancer, and there's a big chance it'll come back. If you have the high grade, you really want the low grade, but Jeff has the high grade. So really it kind of depends on his doctor's visit, and his next doctor's visit's at the end of July. And if he's cleared to go, then we'll do some traveling. But if he's not, then we'll have to do some treatments and then travel in the fall. But I'm hoping he'll be cleared to go, because that would be great. And in July, we at least get to go to Vegas for a little bit. So that'll be fun. And let's see. Linda. Hey, Linda's in the house. Linda says, hi, I'm on 2.5 milligrams of Zepbound for 19 weeks and have lost 34 pounds. That's awesome. If you travel to Virginia, I would love to talk with you about my journey with Zepbound. Oh my gosh, Linda, that would be wonderful. And I would like to go to Virginia sometime. Virginia, I'd like to do in the fall because I absolutely love fall leaves. I think it would be so neat to be able to see Virginia in the fall. So yes, I would love to do that with you, and that's a great amount of weight loss because and that's what I'm hoping when I go to 7.5 that I'll go back to losing about 2 pounds a week because 2 pounds a week is like crazy healthy. And it gets weight off faster because you figure there's 52 weeks in a year. That's 104 pounds in a year. That'd be like that would have me at goal. So I'm hoping my weight loss will go a little bit faster once I hit 7.5 and all my restrictions from my hysterectomy are off. But I am so proud of you, Pam. You are, or I'm sorry, Linda, you are doing a fantastic job. 34 pounds in 19 weeks is amazing. And if you've done that all on the 2.5 milligrams, that's awesome too. You're not the first person that I've heard of that's had great weight loss at 2.5. And you know what? While you're losing like that, you just want to stay on 2.5. Why not? That is just perfect. And then if you slow down to where it was like, and you have a significant stall, then move up to 5. But wow, that is amazing, Linda. And Robin says, Power Crunch bars, good stuff. Oh yeah, those are good. I've had the Power Crunch bars and I love those too. Health at any cost says, JP, here in Orlando, we have 7.5, but no 5. I'm on 15 and there is none of that to be found anywhere. I got a 12.5 this week. I know it's just driving me crazy, all this shortage stuff. And I saw that Eli Lilly is even trying to do some commercials and things about being careful if you're getting your Tirzepatide, which is what Mounjaro and Zepbound is. It's called Tirzepatide, is the medication. And there's compounding pharmacies that can make it, and they can make it and sell it as long as there's a shortage. And right now there is a shortage, but there are some people that are scammers. And so you need to be really careful if you're getting Tirzepatide to make sure you're getting it from a compounding pharmacy that is reputable. So anyway, wanted to give a little plug out there for that. But I think a lot of people jumping off and going to the compounded way because that way they can actually get their stuff is helping some of us to get the name brand stuff because 7.5 was really hard for my Costco pharmacy. They said they were having a hard time getting 7.5. So I've just kind of stuck with my 5. But they were able to get it for me and it only took them, I don't know, 3 days, something like that. It wasn't very long of a wait. So hopefully some more is going to be coming up for everybody. And Barb says 2.5 is pretty easy to find. Yep. And Linda says, I stopped having hot flashes when I started on Zepbound. See, I'm telling you, I'm not the only person that has happened to. But yeah, it's amazing. I think it talks to your ovaries and kind of gets them working again a little bit. And Barb says, Pamela, you are doing fantastic. Yes, she is. And Linda says, thank you. And JP says, health at any cost. So crazy how we can probably find each other's dose instead of our own. Looking forward to this being a non-issue someday. Me too. Oh, Donna, thank you so much. Oh, I can put a heart on that now. Thank you, Donna. Donna just gave me a bunch of hearts and $1.99. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We're going to start having a lot less money starting next week when Jeff is fully retired. It is going to be less. We planned for our retirement and we were excited about it. And we wanted to do full-time YouTube stuff and with both of our channels and thought, well, that'll be just fine. And we had no idea that he was going to get cancer this year and that I was going to need a hysterectomy. And so it's dipped into significantly our retirement traveling fund. So yeah, and I tell you, it just tickles my heart to see someone would even give me $1.99 in a heart. Oh, thank you so much, Donna. I appreciate that. And let's see, where was I? Oh, and Pam says, I went up to 12 and a half because no one had 7.5 or 10 near me. But with the dosage split, I will get 8 weeks out of one box. And I'm on week 22 and have lost almost 45 pounds. Wow, Pamela, that's awesome. That is you are living the dream with that, because that is the 2 pounds, the 2 pounds a week. That is crazy fabulous. Good job. And let's see. And then Taz's mom says, my last shot of 10 because they didn't have 7.5 or 10, then on to 12.5. This last month lost 14 pounds in a month. Wow, Taz's mom, that's awesome. Holy cow. And JP says, I can relate to your menopause too. I just call it manopause. Hey, you know what? There really is such a thing. And guys can have their testosterone tested, because your testosterone goes down with age as well. And you can get a testosterone cream, or you can do a shot, but you can get a cream, and it might make you just feel like a 20-year-old again. I hear wonderful things about it. So yeah, even though I'm a woman, I'm thinking I might want to go that route and just get a little bit, just a little dose of it. Not enough to grow a beard or anything, just a little dose. Maybe it'll help with because it's supposed to also help with my hot flashes, which would be great, and muscle tone. Because I want to be so careful I don't lose muscle while I'm losing weight. That maybe a little testosterone might be good. We'll see. And Barb says, I bought compounded Tirzepatide to make up for what I can't get. So I take a 7.5 Mounjaro, then supplemented with 7.5 compounded Tirzepatide. Yep, that's a good way. That's a good way to go. And you would know because you've lost 200 pounds in 2 years, more than 200. I think 225. I mean, that is just so amazing, Barb. And I'm so glad you found my channel and you give the best comments, especially when it's after, where you catch it on replay and you can put comments. She gives real long answers to questions, but oh my gosh, she gives the best advice, and she actually does have a medical background. So it's always nice to have Barb in the house. And Donna says, thank you for another wonderful life. Aw, I think she meant to say live, but still, aw. And Barb says, thank you. Yes, 225 pounds. That is amazing. And Donna says, I met a wonderful live chat. That's what I thought. That still is sweet. And Donna says, have a great week, everyone. And I've kept you guys for a long time. So I think this is pretty much all I have. And I answered everyone's question. And poor Jeff, it's 8 o'clock at night. He's still not home. Poor guy. He's going to be so hungry when he walks through the door. So I need to go make him a sandwich or something. But I look forward to talking to you guys again next week. And if you want to be part of the Atomic Habits Book Club, we talk about different habits we can do for weight loss from reading each chapter. I just do one chapter a week. We just finished chapter 8, and we'll do chapter 9 this coming Sunday at 1 o'clock Arizona time, which is 3 o'clock in the Midwest Central, and 4 o'clock Eastern, and 9 o'clock for my UK buddies. Oh, we got a couple more things. Taz the Bulldog mom says, thank you for a great Monday. Barb says, have a great week, everyone. Thank you, Gina. And Taz the Bulldog's mom says, see you next week, everyone. Have a blessed and beautiful week. You too. All right. Bye-bye. Yay.